Welcome to 11 on 11 on THV 11 Plus. We start with news out of the Arkansas Capitol. A new tax cut law will lower rates for Arkansas taxpayers and businesses. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders signed the package Wednesday. She says it'll put more money in people's pockets and help attract new businesses. Catherine Rowley shows us how the governor is framing the cuts and why some lawmakers still have concerns.
Thanks to the fiscal discipline of those standing around me, we've cut income taxes as of today 4 times and returned $1.5 billion to the people of our state.
Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders says the tax cuts are possible because Arkansas's economy continues to grow and businesses are expanding across the state.
One of the things that is allowing us to cut taxes is that our economy is strong and it's growing, and a lot of that is because our businesses are doing well. We want that to continue to be the case. We want companies that already exist to stay and expand, and we want new business to come and call Arkansas home because we're creating a tax environment as well as a quality of life environment.
Some lawmakers who voted against the cuts say they're concerned about how future state programs will be funded, including State Senator Fred Love, the Democratic nominee for governor in November.
When you talk about our seniors and our Meals on Wheels programs and our areas on aging that are now, the funding is being cut. I mean, there are so many other priorities that we could have actually used that funding for.
Love says he would have preferred to see more funding go towards student meal programs, child care centers, and services for seniors.
I'm very disappointed that the legislature chose to actually go through with cutting taxes instead of prioritizing the people of Arkansas. And what I mean by prioritizing the people of Arkansas is making sure that our kids are being fed, making sure our child care is being taken care of, making sure our seniors are being taken care of.
Catherine Rowley, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Catherine. The governor also signed a third tax bill that increases the homestead tax credit from $600 to $675. And taxes weren't the only thing on the governor's agenda Wednesday. She also helped launch Claim Your Care, a new public awareness campaign for expecting moms. The goal is to connect women with care earlier. Sanders says nearly 3 in 10 pregnant women in Arkansas do not see a doctor until after their first trimester. The Arkansas Department of Health says women can start by contacting their local health unit to find services nearby. And Arkansas lawmakers are pressing the Department of Human Services for answers after a man died at a state-run facility. Zachary Moore died 8 months ago, and now lawmakers want to know what went wrong. THV 11's Carter Thweet gets us up to date on the case and shows us the changes that DHS is promising.
Is his death in vain?
That emotional moment from the mother of 21-year-old Zachary Moore. Moore died at a human development facility in Warren last September after being restrained in a prone position for 13 minutes.
We entered into a settlement with the family for $725,000. We terminated 13 staff members as a result of this, and we changed the administration at the Southeast Arkansas HDC.
Lawmakers weren't satisfied at Wednesday's hearing, pressing DHS officials on how they plan to prevent another tragedy.
Does the Department of Human Services currently have a written standardized restraint protocol?
We do, and that's something the consultants are also looking at and working with our teams on.
Representative Denise Innett asked that question. She called the meeting. This cause is important to her.
I am a mother of a 17-year-old with special needs, and I'm a lawmaker, and my job is to protect the most vulnerable, and that population is the most vulnerable.
Some at Wednesday's meeting, like Representative Jeremy Wooldridge, hoping that will change.
All of it becomes safety protocol training and making sure that those processes are thought about in advance and that they're executed and implemented in the moment.
Despite the settlement and 6 of the 13 fired employees facing manslaughter charges, Moore's family is skeptical.
Money does not bring back Zachary, and I'm here because the next Zachary that is in the facility right now is not safe.
In Little Rock, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. Now to an important alert for parents of kids waiting at bus stops. Concerns are rising in Little Rock after a video surfaced showing drivers putting children at risk near school bus stops, and officials say it's happening too often. Now they're stepping up enforcement. THV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky has what parents need to know.
You're supposed to stop.
It happens again and again and again. Drivers ignoring stopped school buses.
Oh my God, this has been going on for over a year.
Even as children come off, as Christy Thornton's granddaughter Miracle is being lowered from a handicapped bus.
Respect the buses, respect the children, especially the children when they're getting off the bus. Nobody is in that much of a hurry.
She says they sit in between two different schools and it never fails. Multiple cars disregarded the lights, stop sign, and bus arm.
I'm just so afraid that one day something is going to happen.
Something Mark Edwards with the Little Rock Police Department say is a serious concern.
When the school bus stops, you must stop as well.
He's encouraging people to report these drivers, and for those who get impatient, there's hefty fines that will be attached.
This is a community safety issue, right? I mean, students deserve safety when they get off the bus. No matter the situation, drivers have to be patient and allow these buses to drop these students off and before they continue traffic.
Thornton says she's reported these instances with police and would love to see more patrolling.
Maybe an officer to pop up every now and then, maybe a couple of days out of the week, so that this can actually stop.
In Little Rock, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Tanya. Gas prices have surged nationwide, causing a growing number of people closer to home to start using public transit. With fuel costs up more than $1 compared to last year, bus transportation has become more attractive for those looking to cut back on spending. According to executives at Rock Region Metro, they're ready to meet the growing demand.
My mom filled up her gas tank and it cost her $55, and she was like, oh my goodness. And so I reminded her there are Metro Connect vans in Conway and you can book a ride, and that'll be way cheaper than having to put gas in your car.
Rock Region Metro says they have detected a noticeable increase in ridership in the last month. And while many Arkansans are still feeling the pressure of higher gas prices, new numbers show some positive momentum in the state's job market. Arkansas set a new employment record in March, even as employment ticked down. The state's jobless rate fell to 4.3%, now matching the national average. More than 1,000 workers were added, pushing total employment to a record high. Non-farm jobs rose by over 4,000, with gains in hospitality, government, and construction. While employment numbers point to positive trends, many consumers across the state are still seeing negative impacts in their grocery bills. That's linked to the rising fuel costs, which are hitting both shoppers and retailers. THV 11's Tamer Knight takes a closer look at that ripple effect.
Diesel prices affect the retailer, gas prices affect the consumer. It's a part of their budget, so when that budget goes up, that means other areas have to shrink.
Consumers are feeling the strain at the pump, but retailers are also seeing the impact, as diesel prices in Arkansas now average more than $5 a gallon, a significant increase over the past 6 months.
A lot of our stores that don't own their own self-supply are getting dinged with fuel upcharges right now, and that has to be passed on to the consumer, unfortunately.
As costs rise, consumers are spending more on basic necessities like food, while still trying to keep up with other expenses.
Your car payment doesn't get to change, your electric bill doesn't get to change, your house payment doesn't get to change, and so as your budget shrinks, a lot of people what they consider somewhat disposable income is groceries.
Steve Good, executive director of the Arkansas Retailers Association, says there's no way for retailers to avoid raising prices, but consumers are finding ways to save.
And in some of our stores that I have talked to some of the owners or managers, their beef sales have dropped dramatically, but their chicken sales are up. You know, a lot of consumers have switched from name brand items to store brand items.
Good says shoppers can also save by checking store ads and using digital coupons to get the best bang for your buck. In Little Rock, Tamer Knight, THV 11 News.
Coming up, a place that's long brought this community together is now nearly unrecognizable after a devastating hit. Now the push to rebuild is on, but it won't be easy. Welcome back. In Saline County, the community isn't just rebuilding structures. They're restoring a place that brings everyone together. You may recall back in January, a powerful winter storm left much of the fairgrounds in complete ruin. Now efforts to bring it back are in full swing. As THV 11's Tamer Knight reports, leaders say rebuilding will take time, money, and community effort.
What was once a hub for rodeos, fairs, and community events is now a scene of destruction.
It was catastrophic. We lost our covered arena, totally lost it. Lost the announcer stand. The arena is, the perimeter is so damaged that it's going to have to be totally replaced.
Damage spans nearly every corner of the fairgrounds, bleachers, barns, and more.
The south side bleachers sustained a lot of damage. The north side bleachers, the cover was connected to the arena cover, so it's going to have a lot of work done.
For a facility that hosts tens of thousands of visitors each year, the loss goes far beyond buildings.
It really and truly is the fabric of who we are. And so when the devastation took place here at the Saline County Fairgrounds, it affected so many.
Rebuilding will be complex and costly. Insurance won't cover the full price tag, especially with modern building codes.
It's going to take a huge partnership between us, the citizens, as well as corporations, businesses, and others to rebuild this facility.
Now, the Saline County Fair Association is launching fundraisers to help close the gap.
We're starting a variety of fundraising campaigns, as many people have already seen, and we're going to continue that effort.
Events include a trade day and flea market, plus a rabbit show, all aimed at drawing the community back and kickstarting recovery. And while the road ahead may be long, leaders say the goal is clear: rebuild stronger than before.
Working together to make sure that we come about in a common vision and mission in rebuilding and bringing back the Saline County Fairgrounds as it was, or even better than it was before the collapse.
Tamer Knight, THV 11 News.
Tamer, thank you. Controversy over proposed data centers is growing across Arkansas, and now Conway leaders are asking for public input. City officials are holding a meeting to hear concerns and answer questions and discuss what these projects could mean for the community. THV 11's Carter Thweet breaks down what is to be expected and how residents can take part.
2 data centers planned for the Little Rock area have made headlines this year, but another data center was announced last year, this one in southwest Conway near the city's airport. It's currently unclear which company is behind the project, which would be located off Lolly Road. What is clear, not everyone in the city supports it, with residents taking to social media in recent weeks with concerns, mostly about the environment. Now the city is looking to address those concerns, scheduling a public committee meeting for next Tuesday, May 12th. Mayor Bart Castleberry says he knows residents have questions, and he and other city leaders will take the opportunity to listen and gather feedback. I spoke with one resident, Josiah Dickens, who says he and others plan to be at the meeting, and they want to make their voices heard.
I'm really proud of Conway City Council for allowing people to comment on this, and I hope that they listen to the people. Ideally, I would like them to probably put this whole thing on pause until we really have more information, till the company comes clean and tells us who they are. And honestly, realistically, I expect the best we can get is a better deal from the company, because the tax abatement and all of the different things that they've lined out just aren't worth it.
The meeting will be held at Conway City Hall and is scheduled from 5 to 6 p.m. In Conway, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. We now have a better idea of who's behind the data center plans in Central Arkansas. Google's parent company, Alphabet, is looking at 2 sites, one near Wrightsville, just south of Little Rock, and another at the port of Little Rock. And from military service to a new mission here at home, one veteran's next chapter takes him from the battlefield to helping patients in a very different kind of uniform. But first, let's eat it up.
Woo! Pig Suey Razorback Burger!
This week on Eat It Up, we are down in Bryan. If y'all want a game day atmosphere with incredible food, you gotta go to the local tavern. I'll be honest with you, this place is awesome. We got to try delicious wings that were bone-in, huge fries, amazing stuff. The Razorback Burger. You gotta dive into it and meet Cowboy in the kitchen, and pork rinds for an appetizer with a house sauce. You had me at local. So what do you say? Let's eat it up.
Yeah, 18 months we've been rolling. To make a long story short, is providing something that's unique to this area for people who come in, so that we can curate something for them. And so we focus on a lot of things, you know, providing real value for the community, portion size, reducing our pricing during difficult time frames for folks, and then our specials that are just absolutely crazy. So. Like Benton and Bryant, that rivalry in here it brings the energy, right? And we absolutely love that. And we've been huge supporters of Bryant and doing things with them. And Benton, you know, we don't want to get yelled at by Bryant, so we know our rivalry points. We love them. We love having them in, but it's always a good time. Anytime someone purchases a Classic Tavern with us, we donate a Classic Tavern to someone in the community. So that's been a very popular burger for us as well. We're definitely going to do the wings, sauce in the wings with our Tavern Sticky Garlic Sauce. We're definitely going to do the Twisted Tavern Burger, the Razorback Burger, and probably one of our appetizers, pork rinds. We do those in-house, so we love those things.
Cajun pork rinds, and they come with the Sticky Garlic Sauce. They are unbelievable. I'll tip my hat to that every single time. Tavern Sticky Garlic Wings, y'all. Chicky, 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 bark, bark. Woo! Pig Suey Razorback Burger!
Little kick with the pork rinds. Oh my gosh. I would take this entire thing down and then probably request another sauce, because that sauce is phenomenal. Shout out Cowboy. You ever get some of these and you just laugh because it's so amazing and you know how good it's gonna be? Cheers to you guys out there. Remember the before? Here's the after. Look at the glaze on these bad boy wings. You can just tell when the wings come out and the smell hits you and the look hits you, you know it's gonna be different. These ain't just like nuggets with sauce on it. Even if I'm coming here to watch the Cowboys and they lose, I'm gonna be happy because I got this food. It's a win-win for me. It's a win-win for you. I truly believe these wings could heal the Benton-Bryant rivalry. Everyone could come together and enjoy this bad boy and enjoy this place.
For 250 years, Americans have stepped up for their country. Now in our Red, White, and You report, meet a third-generation military member whose goal is helping others heal physically. Born up in the North, he enlisted as a teen before meeting an Arkansas girl who stole his heart.
So we could call on occasion as long as we weren't on blackout.
Taking a break from his work at the UAMS Ortho Now Urgent Care Clinic, 54-year-old Damon Graham looks like a typical ortho tech, but many years before the t-shirt and scrubs.
I was young, I was adventurous, I was always wanting to challenge myself.
Came the uniform and a very long family tradition of service.
Both my grandfathers served in the Army during World War II, in the Korean War. My father enlisted in the Air Force when he was younger, and my uncle was a Silver Star recipient during Vietnam.
Damon chose to join the Army. After basic training came 16 weeks of medical specialty. But why orthopedics?
As a child, I was always fracturing bones. I was always falling down, getting hurt somehow, breaking bones. So it seemed like I had an affinity for orthopedics.
Damon's first deployment overseas took him to Bosnia-Herzegovina for a mostly peacekeeping mission lasting roughly 5 months. By then, his job changed from orthopedics in a process called reclassification.
I came up needing to reclassify, so I reclassified to be an 88 Mike, which is a motor transport operator.
Eventually, he was called to assist other troops on a second tour, this one to Iraq. Being a motor transport operator put Damon at the wheel of the very tanks that Iraqi insurgents were targeting with buried IEDs. Every convoy brought a new set of risks. Every mission, a new prayer to get everyone home safely. Damon felt the weight of the responsibility.
It's a little scary at first. I think everybody in the command had nerves because they didn't know what to expect or what's going on.
In Iraq, Damon and his squad leader, Stephen Tudor, became fast friends. But one afternoon, only hours after Damon and his platoon had driven away from a compound, word spread that a mortar attack had hit the compound, killing Stephen, who'd been camouflaging a Humvee. It's a dark moment Damon carries with him even now.
It's difficult. I live every day, and it brings me back to that. Anytime I hear about a soldier's life being taken, it brings me right back to pretty much that moment.
Damon delivered Stephen's eulogy in a makeshift memorial ceremony in the Iraqi desert. As part of the memorial, a roll call of the platoon is held. Each member's name announced, they answer until Stephen.
And that's probably the hardest part. Call off his name 3 times, and then it's emotional.
Back at the break room patio, Damon pulls out his phone to play a song with lyrics he says remind him of Stephen and all other soldiers, why they're fighting, and how much they love their country.
It was like the song that we would play when all the troops were together before we leave. And I'd proudly stand up next to you and defenders still today.
After 3 tours overseas, Damon followed his Arkansas-born wife back to her home state, where, believe it or not, a fractured toe led him to the VA hospital, where a doctor from Ortho Now happened to be on duty and was looking to hire an orthopedic tech.
I just feel like I did full circle, and I'm doing what I love to do. And I'm thankful for UMS giving me this opportunity to do what I love doing every day.
Well, that does it for this week on 11 on 11, and be sure to tune in next week for more top local headlines.